We hear you've announced a new XPrize. Why don't you tell us about it?
We did, and I'm very proud of this one. This is an XPrize that is revolutionary, that's going to touch the lives, literally, of billions of people around the planet. So today on stage with Paul Jacobs, the chairman and CEO, and with Qualcom Foundation, we announced the Qualcomm Tricorder XPrize. Now this is a competition that is literally about reinventing the healthcare industry. Now, about 6 months ago, I had the chance to meet with Paul, and I knew both of us were fans of Star Trek, and both had talked about bringing the tricorder to life, and I shared the idea with him, and we forged a partnership, and today we have challenged teams around the world to literally be able to build a device that integrates all of the exponentially growing technologies, artificial intelligence, wireless sensing, cloud computing, digital imaging, lab-on-a-chip technology, into a device that is easy and friendly to use, that a consumer, whether it's a mom at home at 2 o'clock in the morning or someone on the road, can use to diagnose themselves without having to go to a doctor or a hospital. It's really about reinventing the future of healthcare. At the end of an XPrize, our goal is that the winning technology doesn't go on the shelf or in a museum, that it actually launches a new industry.
My name is Jackie Andraka. I'm 16 years old. I'm a medical entrepreneur, an education activist, and a global change maker. In comparison to the current leading methods of pancreatic cancer diagnostics, my sensor is 168 times faster, over 26,000 times less expensive, and over 400 times more sensitive, costing 3 cents per test and taking 5 minutes to run, and it has close to 100% accuracy. It's pretty mind-blowing. It's like a pregnancy test, but for pancreatic cancer. One particular XPrize that I have an interest is the Tricorder XPrize. What makes me nervous is just the vast amount of people that are competing in it, because there are 245 other teams, and they're all major corporations and teams of adults, and I have a team of all teenagers. I've collected the team of the most elite, prestigious science prodigies in the entire world. The advantage of working with other teenagers is not to be offensive to adults, but most adults, once you're over 30, you have these preconceived blinders on, so you can't really do as much innovative thinking as teenagers can. So when I started creating my team, I decided I would have to have kind of 2 sub-teams. One was going to be the software team who was doing all the data crunching, and then one was the hardware team where they're going to make all the instruments to gather that data. Each person that I've gathered for this team has a specific purpose. So one person, for example, is designing the image recognition for our miniature MRI. Another person's doing the data crunching for all of our data into a single diagnostic. And then on the hardware side, some person's working on the heart disease. I'm working on general diseases with biomarkers, and so I can diagnose virtually any disease with that. And another person's working on your lungs. And so it's really incredible the comprehensive view that we've taken with this. My first work on my XPrize team is going to be making something called a Raman spectrometer. Raman spectroscopy is such a powerful tool just because it tells you exactly what's in something. So you can look at environmental management, you can look at national security, and then also it could tell you, for example, whether you have a disease or not. And that's what's so cool to me, is that I can actually look at your blood and say, these few proteins have to be there. So that means you must have this disease. Essentially what I'm doing is I'm taking something that's the size of a room and shrinking it down to the size of a sugar cube. And also, I'm shrinking its price from $100,000 down to $10 and making it more sensitive, but also such that it can measure all of your blood analytes. So I'm advancing the field of Raman spectroscopy by a lot here.